Hi everyone. Today for writing, it is our last piece of work on the Three Billy Goats graph. Now, today what we're going to be doing is we are changing what happens in the end of the story. So by the end of today, we will have thought about the original ending of the Three Billy Goats graph, and then we will have made a change to make it a different story. We have done lots of work already this week by changing the main characters, by changing who the villain was, and now we need to change the ending to make it a full adaptation. So who remembers what happens in the end of the original Three Billy Goats graph? If you can't remember, you can go and listen to the read aloud again and just listen to the ending part so that's fresh in your memory. But what does happen, the biggest billy goat kicks the troll and then is able to go across the bridge to be with the other billy goats. So how can we change it to make it different? How will yours end? Now remember, mine is now about 3 puppies. The big bad wolf is our villain, and so my ending will need to be very different. But remember, fairy tales usually end with happily ever after. So there are lots of things to think about, but what I'll do now is I will show you how we are going to change the ending. Watch me.
All right, before we start on the ending of our story, let's flip back and just check in on my adaptation that I've created. So in the beginning, I changed my main characters to the 3 puppies, and we did I am big, I am little. So not goats anymore, they're now puppies. And in the middle here, we changed it so that the puppy wanted to cross the bridge and he asked, can I cross, with a question mark, and the wolf said no. So here's this big bad wolf. He is our villain that we changed. Now we're going to get to the ending. How is our story going to end? So I've already drawn parts of my ending so that we can just work on the little bit at the end together. So the 3 dot puppies have crossed over the bridge, and I'll have to draw our big bad wolf here. What's the big bad wolf going to do? What are the puppies going to do? That's what we need to think about. In a fairy tale, our stories usually end with happily ever after. So there's usually a good outcome where the goodies beat the baddie or the villain. So let's draw our big bad wolf here. And I had to think about how this story could end to make it very different. He's now going to have a nice waggy tail. How can it be different from the original? How will it make sense to my story, my adaptation? So he's sitting down now. There we go. And here's his little paw. And I thought, oh, what could happen between the wolf and the puppies to make it a happily ever after ending? And as you can see, everyone's smiling. All the puppies are smiling, even the wolf's smiling, because the big dog, the biggest dog of them all, has given the wolf a bone to say thank you for letting us cross over the bridge. And I'll put a little yellow smiley face here so that we're all remember that it's a happy ending. So what do you think they could be saying? Let's do some speech bubbles. So this dog here is giving the bone. So let's do our speech bubble. I'll have to do a bit creatively here because I didn't leave a whole lot of room. So it's a bit of a funny shape. I might say, it is a bone. It is a bone. Let's see if I can write that. It. Oh, I know that one. It is a bone. own. Remember, I'm modelling the process, not necessarily correct spelling. And what would the wolf be saying, do you think? If someone's just given you something, what do you usually say? That's right, you say thank you. Thank you. A, n, k. A, n, k. And you is a red word. So you can get your booklet out and check that one. You. And I think an exclamation mark would be the way to end that speech bubble. So let's have a look now. The ending of my story, of my new adaptation, is that the 3 puppies give the big bad wolf a bone and then they were allowed to cross. The big dog puppy says it is a bone and the wolf has said thank you. It is your turn now to write the end of your story. Feel free to pause the video at any time and go ahead and draw some pictures and then do your speech bubbles. But in the end, you should have a picture showing the end of your story with speech bubbles. Have fun.